on these very special episodes of Deep Thoughts with Danielle, we're kind of breaking down the differences between a franchise consultant, a business opportunity, a startup. And so on this third episode, we're going to talk a little bit about what a business is, right? A business is an idea that you have, right? Or a hobby that you have that you start selling to people, right? As soon as you start making money, you are now a business. And there's obviously legal things that we're not talking about here, but that's the majority of it, right? You have this idea, you want to sell it to somebody else, and you start to find people that want to buy it, and that idea turns into a business, right? And so you have to have, you have to bring all the energy, you end up doing it all by yourself, and that's kind of how a business works. Well, on top of that, on this episode, on Deep Thoughts with Danielle, on this episode, what we're gonna really dive into a little more is, why does every business need a business coach like me? Oh, look at that, multifaceted woman. So why does everybody need a business coach? Well, I know that I wouldn't allow my kids to go play softball, a competitive sport, unstructured, right? Now, if they're playing for fun and they're playing softball, great, right? And that's how I think kids should learn to begin with. But then once you start to get competitive, there's techniques, there's certain things that a business coach, or even a coach on the field, knows that most people don't know about the sport. So what it does is, by bringing in a business coach, you get somebody who, in my case, has an operating system that has your best interest in mind. I only take one. So in my one-on-one business coaching, I only take one of that type of business. So let's say you are a nail salon and you are working with me. You are the only nail salon that I will work with until we part ways, because I don't want you thinking that I'm building your competition, right? But what we do together is we lay out a structured plan. We put that into my business operating system, which is a profit focused, and it gets you to the place you want to go. So when you start working with a business coach, typically right around overwhelm, right? If you're starting to get way overwhelmed and you have the extra cash to get into that long-term relationship. But if you're cash strapped, working with a business coach, it can help you, but you just gotta want to work with them on the pricing. Because like, if you were cash strapped and you came to me and said, hey, I want you because I know you and you are a good business coach, and actually a great business coach, because I am, and you can look it up, you can look me up, DS7 Precision Strategies, which is a Radiant Legacy Collective division of Radiant Legacy Collective, is very well known, and we are in the space of helping businesses expand. So we've done a lot of work with small businesses that don't start at the typical revenue that I start with, which is the 500,000 into that $1 million range, because only 4% of businesses will ever get to that $1 million range. And so as a business coach, right, and the reason I coach is because I want to help people get past that $1 million. And then because I'm also a franchising expert, I can help small businesses franchise, which is exponential expansion. So there's those opportunities as well. And so when you're working with somebody like me and as a business coach, what you're going to get is you're going to get a plan, you're going to get a structure, you're going to get accountability, and you're going to get help from somebody who's done it already, who's been in your shoes, who has lived through the chaos and still come out, right? In 2025, I had my franchise. I was expanding my consulting and coaching business. I became a John Maxwell leader. I became an everything disc. I wrote a book. Actually, I wrote 3 books, but I published my own book, my 3rd book, and then my next book is Grace Through Fire, which is already technically published, just not for sale right now. And so that's coming out here shortly. So you get an authority in the business space. I spend all my time in leadership, in business, in prospecting, in networking, in marketing, in sales, right? In pricing. I look at and I constantly study 12 very specific areas that will help bring your business, right? This is how you have, different kinds of car dealerships, right? You have Ford and Chevy together, so each of, and you can still build that business because there's an abundance, right? And so, however, you have to create what I call a market dominating position, and using my profit acceleration software, as well as my business academy, which takes people through a 1-year boot camp, a 14-week clarity sessions, and then I have 3 other courses right now that I offer, that I take teams through, I take small businesses through, and it gives you this broader knowledge, or you don't need that because you have me, and that's okay too. So that's where something like that goes. And then also I have partnerships, right? So you save money by using me, because instead of going out and doing all this on your own, I am the hub, I already have my spokes created. And so now you're coming to a business coach, you're saving a little bit of green, you're saving a little bit of that profit, and then we focus straight on your profit, and we accelerate to your level. And I know not everybody wants to be the best business. I know that I want to work with the businesses that want to become the best business. So I think the Freemasons say we make good men better, and well, since I'm not allowed, I say I make good businesses better businesses. I make good humans better humans, right? I make good franchises better franchises. I make good franchisors better franchisors. So you can see the correlation, the cross correlation there of what we do here at Radiant Legacy, which is the home of DS7, Precision Strategies, Franchise Voltage, Leadership Voltage, and Business Voltage. And those companies together are the flywheel that we have created in order to best support small business expansion at a higher rate, because I really care about your business. That's what I care about. I care about your business. So thank you for that.